everyone, and welcome to another one of our videos. My name is Crystal Cabello, the Career Bound Coordinator, here to keep you connected. Last episode, we brought you why internships are important. This episode, we take you into all of the parts of a resume. Before we get started on the topic of our video, I want to introduce a new segment in which I tell you a little bit about a career that you might not have heard of before. Our goal with this segment is to expose you to new careers that you could possibly consider pursuing. Have you ever wondered why that pizza just looks so good on TV, or how that burger looks like a full-on model? That's because it is. Human models aren't the only thing with the full glam squad. Food photo shoots have food stylists. Their job is to prepare food for their commercial and photo shoots. Making food look photogenic isn't as easy as you think, and it requires a lot of skill and technique. For example, did you know that glue is added to the cheese to give it that extra stringy effect when they pull the slice up? So the next time you find yourself rearranging food on your plate to get that perfect food shot for your Insta, you might want to consider that a possible career choice. So now moving on to our topic for the video. What is a resume? A resume is a document that tells a story of your qualifications, education, training, skills, and work-related experience. A resume is often required as part of a job application, and it allows you to organize your story, present your best qualities, and offer the employer a way to remember you, get an interview, and provide information on how to contact you. The structure of a resume usually stays the same. It should include your name and contact information and make sure that it is up to date. The last thing you want is that an employer be so impressed with your resume, but then not be able to contact you. Try to include a brief summary or objective. Think about what the employer is looking for, which might require you to do a little research about the company, or more specifically, the open position. An example of this would be, I am a motivated team player and aspiring graphic designer seeking an opportunity to work in a sign shop where I can apply my skills and further develop my artistic abilities. Or I'm an aspiring leader with more than 3 years of experience in childcare seeking a position as a summer camp counselor. I'm excited to share my talents while expanding my leadership skills as part of a valued community institution. Next, you want to include your professional history, if any. Include the company name, dates of employment, and a description of your role and achievements. While the positions you've held might not specifically relate to the job you're applying for, highlight relevant responsibilities or transferable skills that you can take with you into the new role. Take time to review the job description and look for specific keywords or requirements that align with your skills and talents. For example, if you're applying for a role as a barista and the job description says they are looking for someone with good customer service and organizational skills, but you only have volunteer experience with your school club, your work experience could say something like managed event registration table, which included greeting and checking in participants, attended, contributed to, and occasionally led after-school planning meetings. Use action words like manage, attend, contribute, led to demonstrate that you do have that work ethic that they are looking for. Other than your professional and volunteer experience, you want to include your education and extracurriculars. Note that Keystone, ASB, LIT, and other school clubs do count as leadership experience. From babysitting to mowing lawns, volunteer work to extracurricular activities, you should include all previous experiences that illustrate your work ethic and ability to participate in team-based activities. Be sure to especially highlight leadership experience or special achievements and rewards that you've earned while within these roles. Remember that when listing skills, you might be asked to elaborate or provide examples during the interview. So if you list communication, be prepared to have to give an example of a time in which you demonstrated good communication skills. Listing any other awards or recognition is optional, and as a student, a lot of your experiences will be coming from the classroom, so it is good to highlight academic accomplishments. For example, include if you're a member of the National Honor Society, if you were elected student body president, and for what years, and if you were Youth of the Year at your club site. It also looks really good to include measurable achievements, like helped yearbook staff increase ad sales by 30%. So now that we've covered the parts of a resume, here are some helpful tips. Tip number 1, edit. Always make sure to edit and continuously update. Show your resume to a couple of different people and ask for feedback. They may catch mistakes that you have missed. Tip number 2, organize your thoughts. Your resume is a one-page snapshot of your accomplishments, strengths, and abilities that you will use to separate yourself from the competition. Think about times that you have led change, showed leadership, or worked for a cause and brought a team together. Lead with action words. You need to use dynamic language to make yourself jump off that page. Describe your impact in a way that leaves no doubt as to what you did and how you did it. Action words should be the first word for every bullet. Some example of action or power verbs are advanced, applied, managed, balanced, solved, operated, created, connected, developed, and much more. Also, use outcome-oriented bullets. Describe your impact using numbers. This is highly effective because it is specific and attention-grabbing. Recruiters spend an average of 6 seconds scanning a resume. Make sure that they get the full scope of the impact you will bring to that business. Remember our example from earlier in the video? Helped yearbook staff increase ad sales by 30%? That is a great way to use numbers to highlight your accomplishments. Try using a professional template. Nothing screams "do not hire me" more than an unorganized resume. If you want to be a pro, look like a pro. Keep your format and font simple. There are several templates available online. A clear and concise approach is the best way to go. Make sure to pay attention to detail. Keep your resume to one page and keep your spelling and grammar on point. Write bullet points that take up the full line and make sure that your resume covers at least 3/5 of the page. Also, make sure to have consistent spacing between words, after periods, and around the margins. Lastly, avoid listing your high school credits, common or vague skills, random activities, or anything from before high school. Don't include your social media unless it applies, but typically this would be limited to just your LinkedIn. So now that we've talked all about the parts of a resume, I want to end this video with a challenge. I want to see your resume. I challenge you to email me your resume to crystalc@bgclaharper.org. I will include that in the description below. Send me your resume for direct feedback and have the chance to be shouted out in our next episode. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back with more videos and helpful tips. We at the Boys and Girls Club hope that you stay safe and take care.